So last night I got this comment. Actually, I love this because it's a really common misconception and it's one of my favorite parts about folklore. So elves actually don't come from Celtic mythology. They come from the Germanic tribal mythology, which we know because the etymology of the name elf comes from alf or alfar. What you're thinking of is another group in Celtic mythology in their folklore, which I have notes because I'm a chronic overpronouncer. She, or the Tua De Danann. The Tua De Danann and she are known as the good people, and they live in a separate realm from humanity, very similar to the Alfar of Norse mythology. The difference is that they particularly inhabit the same roles as fairy and fae folk do from other European folklore. There are differences, but they do seem to occupy the same spaces, whereas elves take up three unique folkloric roles, and that is servants to the gods, which we see in Skirnir and Bela and Bigvir. And then you see that they're also a danger to humans. Around Yule time and around midwinter in Iceland, people begin to leave out offerings for the elves so they don't come in and steal their sausages usually, but also their children. And then the ancestral spirits, which are to be worshipped, and they also even trump in Norse history. We see that they even trump the laws of hospitality. When somebody that was a Christian came in and was asking for lodging and protection, he came in during an Alfblot, which is a type of feast slash sacrifice to the elves. They told him, you're gonna have to wait outside till we're done, which is unheard of in Norse culture. But just because they're similar and there's a lot of overlap doesn't mean that one side is right or wrong, or that these characters and these folkloric people can't have similar spaces. All across Europe and the world, we see that folklore often has very similar type creatures. Portugal, they have the Bruxa, which is a female vampire that seduces men, drains them of their blood. But we also see in Russia, we have almost the exact same type of creature called a striga. And oftentimes will go after men, drain them dry. They're both types of European vampires, but they're from incredibly different backgrounds. And the reason that it's important that we do understand that we need to separate these ancient folklores is because there's a different belief system. It educates us and informs us about the understanding of ancient peoples, how they revered the natural world around them. So I love the fact that you did call out the fact that there are a type of elves, quote unquote, in Celtic mythology. But let's always remember, etymology is important, words are important, and alfar, is the beginning of elves from Germanic folklore.